We hear it all the time. You can't build your brand on borrowed land. You can't build your business on borrowed land. But yet, so many influencers are doing that exact thing. They're building their business on borrowed land and they're relying on Amazon and TikTok and YouTube to feed them until one day the algorithm changes, video placement changes, and that income disappears overnight. The thing that you work so hard to achieve, it disappears overnight. And I've seen this happen over and over and over again where creators are crushed because the platform flipped the switch. They said, you know what, let's test this thing, or let's do this different, or let's take carousels off of mobile, or let's take the position of the videos from the top to the bottom, or vice versa. And this is when I realized early on that I can't rely on platforms. I can't rely on Amazon or TikTok or any of these other live shopping places to control my revenue, I can't trust them to always show my videos, to always prefer me over other influencers or other creators. And so that's why I stopped calling myself an influencer and started running my business like a media business, like a micro media business, because it's just me. And this is what I want to really help other people start to think about and start to do. And when you play the influencer game and you think like an influencer, you got to play by the rules. And these are the rules of the influencer world that we know is build a bigger audience, get more clicks and views. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in a click and view economy. I want to live in a creator economy where I have say over what I can create, what I can offer, and what I can do. I want to be in control of my business. And so when you act like a media business, you make your own rules. You can offer whatever it is. You can use your skill sets and your creativity to show up and offer a different service, a different product, and really get out of this clicks and views kind of rat race that you really don't even control, no matter how much content you upload or no matter how good your content is. It is definitely a trap. And this the trap that most influencers fall into is they think that these platforms are never going to change and they're going to pay forever, and this is just the way it's going to be, and I'm going to upload this piece of content once and it's going to pay in perpetuity forever and ever and ever. Now, on some platforms that's truer than others, but in the live selling and shoppable content space, there's just a lot of things we don't control that I talk about all the time on this channel, and that is everything from video placement to the shelf life of a product. Like we're not, it's not our product. We can't say if it's going to last forever. We can't say if it's going to do well or not. And so what we fall into sometimes, and I see a lot of content creators do this, is they believe that their content's always going to perform, that commissions will always come and they'll always, reach their goals and they're always going to grow. I hear this so many times and I see it in these Facebook groups and I just like grab my head and go, no, it's not true. It's not going to work. It's not going to scale the way you think it is. And it's going to change. Now, I hope I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll make a video saying, hey, you know what? I was wrong. And these platforms actually preferred us over themselves and have made us all a lot of money. And in fact, they did do the exact opposite of what I thought they were going to do. I haven't seen it yet in 5 years of being a content creator, but maybe so. But this is not how it has worked, not in my business, and we see this change all the time over on Amazon in particular. The algorithm changes, the video placement changes, the carousel is on mobile, now it's not on mobile. It's on the top, now it's not on the top. Your video is there, now it's not there. Now there used to be 4 people with a video on the carousel. Now there's 70 people that are just in line to get this product carousel or whatever. And then TikTok tweaks its payouts, maybe it tweaks its commissions. It starts off really high, gets the attraction of a lot of content creators that come over, they're paying them all this money. And I know people that got paid 30 grand a month on TikTok for 1 month, and they haven't hit that for the rest of the time they've been on TikTok. And then your best performing video is doing great one day, and it's making all kinds of money, maybe for 3, 4, 5 days, maybe 5, 6 weeks, and then now it's gone. Now it doesn't make any money at all, and you're just scratching, trying to get by, trying to get back on that carousel, trying to get back in front of those people, but you don't control it. So influencers, in my opinion, are platform dependent They're trying to get clicks and views and buys. And when you're a media business owner, when you own a micro media company, you depend on systems, the systems that you build. And that's the difference right there. It's everything. It's like, here's the system that I build, that I control, that I can have more say in the process, not just upload and hope it does something. So, what am I talking about when I talk about a micro media business? A micro media business is a creator, or business owner rather, is a creator who uses our skill sets in multiple different ways, not just one. And now I get it, this might not be for everyone. This is more of a full-time job for me, definitely full-time in my mind, part-time in my hours of work, because I've created that system so I can live the lifestyle I want and not work the normal 40-hour week that we're all taught and told that is what we have to do. So the whole point I'm trying to make is, you're already a content creator. You're already making high quality content. Maybe that's for Amazon, maybe that's for TikTok, maybe that's for YouTube, but you can also produce different types of content like UGC. You can work for brands doing, brand stuff. You can run ads. You can create content for ads. You can create content for other people's social medias. You can consult, you can teach, you can build communities, you can show up and do live streams. I mean, there are so many things that you can do with your skill set as a content creator, as someone who can show up on camera and be able to communicate effectively about a product or a service. You can be the service that you offer, not just, I'm going to upload and hope that this thing makes money. So you're not waiting on a platform to pay you. You're building relationships that pay you directly. And this is, I was talking to someone yet earlier today, and they said, "Hey, I followed your business model here. I've already made $200 from brands. Even if you made $200 a month, that's $2,400 a year. And if anybody came to you right now and said, 'Hey, I want to pay you $2,400 extra a year in your full time job,' you'd go, 'Yeah, I'll take that. That's great. That's a good bump in my pay.'" And so when you're thinking this way of stacking these skill sets and stacking these monetization opportunities, when you work with brands, you work with businesses, you control all of this. You control the outreach, you control the sales process, you control the pricing, you control the deliverables, and you decide the strategy, not the algorithm. The algorithm is right now deciding the strategy for a lot of you, and that strategy is feed me more content and I might pay you. That is the algorithm strategy on most of these platforms, is give me more content and you might get paid. So let me give you an example from my own business. I've worked with over 500 sellers. I've generated millions in revenue for those clients, but it didn't come from hoping Amazon would bless my account and put me on the carousel. It didn't come from any of that. It came from acting like a business owner. It came from putting an action plan together, taking action on the little things over and over and over again. And one product can pay me a few different ways, not just one way or two ways. So first of all, I collect a brand deal fee for the content. I retain the rights to content. I upload that to Amazon. Now, also I can sell the rights to that. I can sell exclusive rights, and I have a whole deal package that I teach my community about. But I am pushing those things out there and making different offers, and I'm able to negotiate those different offers. And then I also get commission from Amazon, so that's kind of like the icing on the cake. I always say Amazon commissions are is really good icing, but it doesn't make a great cake, because you cannot rely on those things. And then I take the products and I resell them on other platforms. I've sold a lot of stuff over on the Whatnot platform, was able to get some really good results over there, and also build up another skill, build up another audience, and be able to leverage the access to the platform that I have to work with brands to now get the product, to get that stream of product coming in that I can now monetize two, three, four, five different ways. And I also teach other people how to do it and all that kind of fun stuff. So that's the power of owning your own system instead of relying on income from a platform. And you build it once, and then you do it over and over and over again, and you do it multiple times without just hitting your head on a wall going, "Oh man, I created 500 videos. Why am I making less money?" I personally have done that. I've created thousands of more videos my third year into this program, or my fourth year technically into this program, than I did my first year into this program. And the first full 12-month period versus even probably this year, even with Creator Connections and all the add ons, I'm still going to make less money overall. And I've been in this game and I've been pushing those buttons and I've been hitting record and I've really been, doing the work that we all talk about. So here's the mindset shift I want every creator to understand: is influencers wait for opportunities, and then micro media business owners create them. So are you just sitting back waiting? And I get it. I understand. And some people go, hey, you know what? This is a great opportunity. It falls right in line with my 9 to 5. I can do it on the weekends. I can do it at nights, and it can just be my little side hustle. And I totally get that. And you may not ever want it to be your full time thing. And I totally get that. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people who go, I really want to take a stab at this thing and make it my full time income. And what I don't want to see is you get all excited, especially during the holiday season. Your numbers are cranking, they're pumping, and then what you don't realize is January, February, it just boop takes a little teeter off the edge, and then you're going, wait, what's happening? How do I do this? My business did that the very first year. I was like, whoa, this is awesome, this is great, this is scalable, and I was making all these investments in my business, and then just took a nosedive in January and February, and I'm going, wait a minute, and that was with working with brands. That was doing the model that I'm teaching now. So influencers, you're going to focus on content. Media business owners, you're focused on commerce. What's the next offer? What's the thing that I can do, that I can leverage in my skill set? And what's the product that I can offer? What's the transaction that I can make? That's what we're focused on. We're not focused on just how much content can we create and upload it. So, in a lot of ways, influencers are going to rely on luck, or they're going to rely on other people's businesses. And media business owners, we're going to rely on systems. We're going to rely on those things that we're good at and our skills to be able to make those different offers. So once you make that mindset shift, everything changes. So you start seeing yourself as a producer, not necessarily just like, oh, here's the product video, and you start to think in a producer mindset instead of a consumer mindset of just like, what's the next thing, what's the next thing, what's the next thing that someone else is going to create that maybe I can, use and make it make me make money. Okay, so stop chasing the maybe money and start building consistent cash flow. That is the whole point of everything I talk about on this channel. So the truth is, you already have all the skills, and if you don't have the skills, you can gain the skills. You can obtain the skills. We live in a day and age where there's so much information. It is so easy to learn these new technologies, to learn software, to learn cameras and lights and all the fun things. And you're already either doing that, and so you already know, and already have those skills of shooting and editing and telling stories and products and all this fun stuff, or you can learn it. So it's not out of the realm of possibility for anyone to be able to acquire those skill sets. But until you use those skills like a media company, you're always going to be at the mercy of someone else's platform, someone else's decisions, someone else's business. And it's someone in a boardroom that you'll never sit in saying, yeah, let's go ahead and swipe that from the carousel. Let's go ahead and swipe these from this, and let's try this thing and try that thing. And that is their right to do so. And we're lucky that we get to play on their platform. But we're really in a position of leveraging that platform, leveraging that access to do some really good work and create some really amazing partnerships. So here is my challenge for you: is to stop waiting on the algorithm to feed you and start building your own table. Start going out and killing your own food, okay? Like, learn how to farm this thing and learn how to build your business. And my community laughs at me all the time because I say, don't rely on maybe money and build your own business. You got to build your business. It's got to be a repeatable revenue stream that's coming in, that you control the actions that increase or decrease that revenue stream to the best of your ability. Now, not every business can turn on and off the faucet. I get it. There's a lot of work, a lot of prep, but I believe this is one of those businesses where there's actions you can take to start getting more business, and they're not huge actions. They're like little micro actions that you take every single day. So you don't need a million followers. You just need a mindset of a micro media business owner, and because once you think like that, you'll never have to worry about the next platform update ever again. You're not going to worry about it. You're not going to care. Sure, does it when the AWS thing happened and Amazon was down for a few days and reporting's not happening? Did I sit in my chair and go, that sucks? Yeah, I did. But then I also chuckled a little bit and go, good job, dude. You built a system, you've built quality content, you have a great portfolio, and you can go out and you can offer these brands and these sellers something different. So good on you for doing that. So if you're ready to make this shift, stick around, subscribe to this channel. I'll show you how to turn your access to these influence platforms and programs into a business and ones that pay you over and over and over again. And so if you're ready to build your media business, then hit subscribe. And if you're really ready to get involved, then go to my website, billythorpe.live, and sign up for my free community called Deal Makers, where we nerd out about all this kind of stuff. Thanks for watching.